te negar. Essa vibe é nossa, pode acreditar. Mexe, remexe sem parar. Essa energia vai te levar. Junto emendo toda uma dança. É o baile que nunca vai acabar.
Hello there guys, and of course, welcome yourselves in for another instalment with us, the Review Bros. My name's Aaron, and thanking you for joining us today on a very much requested pre-workout review. It's the pre-workout we all know to be Gas Mark 10. It's been around for a while now, I'd say at least a few years, and on paper, here in the UK at the very least, it's a heavy hitter. We're talking, spoiler, 600 caffeine per serving. Rightly or wrongly, we're going to be breaking that down and much more as we go through the usuals, the taste, price, label, and primarily the real world effects of using this in training. Now, this was actually handed over to us in person by the owner, Rob, IFBB Pro, behind this company. A real nice guy, actually, really down to earth, easy to talk to. We met him at the Fit Expo. I really hope his product does well, but we're going to keep it 100% honest as we always do. Will there be pros? Will there be cons? Let's get into it now. Let's turn it up. Okay, so of course in at that first segment, it's the taste and the mixability. Probably the least important, but we cover it anyway. And I've given a thumbs up here because it comes in a genuine 6 different flavors. I'm not even trying to memorize them. They will be there. The one we have for the sake of today's review is the apple raspberry flavor. But I do like the fact that there's 6 choices. It gives everyone a good chance of having something they like. Now, you've got to be careful, guys, because obviously, as I mentioned, 600 caffeine, an ever so slightly heaped scoop gets you the 11 grams. So in she goes. It does smell nice in the air, I'll give them that. It's been a minute since I've had an apple raspberry, so in fact I can't even remember another one, but hey, let's do this. Okay, smallest bit of frothing. And mixability looks good. I mean, there's really, probably won't even focusing on the camera, there's really not much there at all. So, it's a good start. Okay, apple raspberry going down the hatch. It's good. No nasty aftertones whatsoever. It's accurate. It tastes actually very natural, doesn't taste artificial. Really, I really cannot complain at that. What would I give it out of 10? It really is a good flavour. For an apple raspberry, it's got to be like a 9.5 out of 10. It's very good, very accurate. And like I say, no nasties whatsoever. Let's move into the price now and see if it's going to break the wallet. Okay, so we talk cash now. How much is this product setting you back? How does it compare against everything else on the market? Well, a thumbs up is given here in this segment too, because you'll head on over to the official website. The link will be in the description down below so you can click straight through. £35 per tub. The strength here is it comes in a true 30 servings. Therefore, just £1.17 per go. We have a consistent price and scale here at Review Bros. You know that where a 5 out of 10 is actually the average price of a serving compared to everything pre-workout wise around the globe. This one comes in at a very strong 7.5 out of 10. So it's actually much more affordable than your average pre-workout. That is another good segment, right? What's it packing in the label for that money? Is it worth it? The next two segments are very important in this story. Let's move into one of them now, being the label. Okay, let's get into this label. So 11 grams, that might vary slightly flavour to flavour, but in this flavour it's 11 grams exactly. We start off with a healthy dose of beta-alanine at 3.5 grams, 300 milligrams more than the clinical for the itchy tingle, and of course the endurance-based benefits when the body's saturated. We got taurine also at a healthy dose, 1500 milligrams, natural energy production, hydration benefits, and even been shown to help with cognition. L-tyrosine, another amino acid, up next at 1500 milligrams, again a good dose for focus and concentration benefits and some mood elevation. Then we move into the controversially dosed 600 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous. That is like 6 cups of coffee, about 4 cans of Monster down the hatch instantaneously. Now, on one end of the scale, you could be saying, do you need that much caffeine for training? Probably not, let's be real. But at the same time, if you're looking for maximum performance, you might need that energy dynamite there. Who knows? Alpha-GPC at 400 milligrams for focus and concentration benefits alongside the L-tyrosine. Vitamin C, healthy benefits. Potassium chloride, pink Himalayan salt, they're in there again for general bodily function, muscular contraction, hydration benefits, even some pump thrown on the top. And we wrap this label off with, last but certainly not least, hordenine at 100 milligrams for thermogenic effects, energy effects, adrenaline effects, and mood elevation effects. Jack of all trade piece there. Not often seen anymore these days, let's be honest. What do I think of the label? I would say it's a meat and potatoes or a chicken and rice label. It's not particularly fancy, but everything in there you need is dosed well. And to be honest with you, I actually quite like the simplicity of this one. It's going down all avenues. You're getting your pumps, your focus, and your energy. And the dosed ingredients in there are clinical or above. So it could be a good pre-workout. Let's move into the effects now. That moves us into gas mark 10, real world results, forgetting hype, forgetting label, forgetting marketing, all of the rest of it that comes behind a product. We go blind in this type of effects section. Now we start at the beginning of the journey with the beta-alanine. It felt nice in this product, 3.5 grams of it. The itchy tingles was like an 8, maybe even an 8.5 out of 10 on the tingle scale. That set the scene. A sense of urgency, a sense of this pre-workout's kicking in now. And then comes, of course, no surprise here, a serious wave of energy. 600 caffeine. And I'll repeat that. 600 caffeine. Very rare you'll see a caffeinated pre-workout at that level. I'm thinking only a couple above it. Like, there's not many pre-workouts that go that all in. Now that comes with controlled, productive energy throughout your training session. Obviously, energy here is pushing. It's above a daily driver pre-workout. I wouldn't use this each and every time I trained. This is for leg days, back days, but that's about it. If you need 600 caffeine on other days, I would assess other general components of your life, because 600 is no joke, especially, very importantly, if you're taking anything else caffeinated throughout the day. Cups of coffee, energy drinks, you're really pushing, potentially burning yourself out. I know it's gas mark 10, but you've got to be a bit cautious because it's a powerhouse. Now that energy lasted me 3 hours. It was strong, consistent, absolutely no holds barred here type energy. But at the same time, it didn't feel unhealthy. It didn't feel like my heart was going to explode. I wasn't out of breath. Training was just very much on point. I didn't feel breathless. I didn't feel fatigued at any point. I didn't feel cold sweats or jitters or nausea or anything like that. It felt like a controlled and almost staged release caffeine. After the 3-hour mark, no doubt about it at all, there was a bit of a crash, probably to the level expected here. I didn't feel dead, but it was a noticeable, I'm in the clouds, and then I'm on the ground. Focus, also good, probably really carried by that caffeine dosage. There's no denying it's going to wake the brain up, chucked in with the alpha-GPC and L-tyrosine here. I trained hard on this pre-workout, no doubt. Pumps, also okay. I wouldn't say the pumps were above and beyond because, let's be honest, we're not getting anything for pumps here. One might argue the pink Himalayan salt. One might argue the taurine, but basically it's a non-citrulline glycerol. I would go down as far as to say this is a focus and energy blend rather than a pump blend at all. So pumps, they're about as good as the excessive blood pressure gets you putting in. Heart rates is up, but not excessive like I mentioned. So therefore, and training's hard, you build your own pump. I don't think this is giving you any more pump than not taking a pre would, to a degree, obviously. Now let's go back to it. It's a bread and butter basics label. I like it. That is really important. It delivers everything well. Beta-alanine sets the tone. The caffeine pushes on through. It is a strong pre-workout, not for beginners. Very important. However, you might get away with doing like 3/4 scoops if you want to take it back to like 400, 450 caffeine. You know what I'm saying? It's a slightly versatile pre-workout. Mood elevation, a bit, not a lot. No euphoria or any of those type of floaty feels. This is an energy stick of dynamite with the beta to push on through. I enjoyed it. I would recommend it, but you do have to be cautious with that caffeine dose. There's no way around that. If that sounds right to you, check it on out. Let me know if you've used it before down below in the comments. It's a heavy hitting UK pre. It's about as strong as we're going to get away with here in the UK without going down the alpha-GPC routes and other illicit stims. Let's be honest with ourselves. Appreciate them for handing it on over, and of course to you watching at home. As always, stay stimmed. Gas mark 10.